Your Cavapoo could hate the things you do, and you may not even realize it. The things that irritate Cavapoo Dog are different from the things that irritate humans. Generally, Cavapoo dislike inactivity, inconsistency, a lack of routine, and more. In this video, we will share 15 things Cavapoo hate about human behavior that you should avoid. Number 15. Chasing your Cavapoo Dog. Just because your Cavapoo loves running alongside you doesn't mean they want to engage you in a high-speed foot pursuit. And if it's children doing the chasing, that's even worse. Cavapoo hate being pursued, and especially cornered, and might even bite a kid one day if it goes on for too long. Number 14. Yank their leash. If you want to establish that you are the one calling the shots in the relationship between you and your Cavapoo Dog, that's fine, but yanking their leash is not the way to go about it. Avoid using the leash as a punishment. It is not only uncomfortable for your Cavapoo, but can actually damage his trachea, especially in smaller breeds. Number 13. Hugging the Cavapoo. It's really cute to look at photos of people hugging dogs, but the reality is not so comfortable. Cavapoo do not enjoy hugs, especially from strangers. Placing your arms around a Cavapoo neck or body may be perceived as a threat. Most dogs tolerate gentle hugs from trusted humans, but that doesn't mean they actually like them. Number 12. Forceful playtime and socialization. Whenever you notice your Cavapoo not playing or socializing, make sure you handle the situation with care by taking baby steps into making your Cavapoo feel more relaxed and social, but do not ever force your Cavapoo into such situations as, in contrary, it may only leave him traumatized and more avoidant than before. For happy and calm behavior, always reward your dog. It will help him become more socially involved and balanced. Number 11. Being left alone or ignored. Dogs are social creatures who generally hate being left alone. Some dogs are comforted by the presence of another dog, but Cavapoo only want human companionship. In extreme cases, Cavapoo actually fear being left alone and experience separation anxiety. The problem is that most owners have to work in order to pay for all that gourmet dog food. You also need to have a life, run errands, take vacations. Of course, your Cavapoo doesn't understand all that. So what's the solution? Spend as much time as possible with your Cavapoo when you are home. Take the time to bond with your Cavapoo. Set a daily routine, providing plenty of exercise and mental stimulation. Number 10. Force them to play with other dogs. Just because your Cavapoo enjoys going to the park, that doesn't mean you should try to force a friendship between them and another pup at the playground if the chemistry clearly isn't there. Some dogs are very social and love playing with other dogs, where some are very independent and do not want to play with other dogs. Number 9. The vacuum cleaner. It's no secret that dogs really hate the vacuum cleaner. This big, loud, scary machine seems to be their worst enemy. Most dogs will simply try to run away and hide, whereas others will actually try and attack the vacuum cleaner. Number 8. Touch their feet and nails. Pedicures are definitely not the relaxing experience for canines that they are for humans. Cavapoo dogs hate to have their nails trimmed and feet touched. However, since this is an essential component of their grooming, she recommends getting them used to nail trims as puppies, so they're less resistant to them later on. Number 6. Lack of routine and rules. Your dog may not seem like it, but he needs rules. If your dog is acting out, it's probably because you have not taught him the rules. Training is an important part of providing structure in your dog's life. A routine is important because your dog has an internal clock. Try to feed your dog at the same time each day. After a few days of structured rules and routine, you will probably notice that your dog is happier. Routines and rules make your dog's world more predictable and can actually boost his confidence. Number 5. Being upset. Life has its ups and downs. You can't expect to be happy all the time. However, Cavapoo can sense your emotions because of the close bond you share. If you are going through a period of depression, stress, or grief, it is bound to affect your dog. Cavapoo will match your emotions, becoming sad or even sick, and get bored or frustrated and act out because they are not getting enough attention. Number 4, patting their head. You can pat your Cavapoo on her head, but that's only because she loves you and recognizes you as the one in charge. For the most part, Cavapoo really dislike being patted on the head. This is doubly true for anyone who's not you. To a dog, a head pat is a somewhat rude and threatening gesture, especially when the human stands over the dog, as most do. Number 3, baths. Baths are a very uncomfortable experience for your Cavapoo. Dogs do not think of hopping in the shower and getting themselves clean. They do not enjoy the splashes of water on their skin, and they do not enjoy the noise of the running water. To achieve a calmer reaction from your dog when you want to bathe them, you should start by using lots of praise and rewards, and being very patient so that they do not get traumatized. Be sensitive when handling your dog's fearfulness. Number 2, inconsistency. Dogs have a hard time understanding what we want from them, and when a guardian or an entire household is inconsistent, this makes it much harder for a dog to figure us out. If you have a Cavapoo, make sure you and anyone involved with the dog are all on the same page about hand signals, voice cues, and how the dog can live in your home. Giving mixed signals isn't fair to the dog. Imagine if you had one person in your household encouraging you to sit on the couch while others yelled at you when they see you sitting there. A great way to keep consistent is to write everything down in a chart or use a whiteboard on your fridge and go over it with everyone in the household. It's our job to make our dogs' lives fulfilled and earn their trust, and make our human lives less confusing to them. Number 1, hurrying them through a walk. Dogs see the world through their noses, and sniffing around is how they stay connected. So it's important to let your Cavapoo meander and take in all the smells instead of forcing them to walk briskly with no breaks. Give your dog an opportunity to check their pee-mail, catch upon all the neighborhood dog news, or see what wild critter skittered by just a few hours prior.